You open your laptop. You stare at the screen for a while. Maybe you open a new file. Maybe you don't even get that far. Nothing comes. No ideas, no spark, just this low-level guilt telling you that you're a dev who doesn't want to develop right now. I used to experience that loop every single day. But then I started developing some habits that made me fall in love with coding again. And in today's video, I'll tell you all about each and every one of those habits. So keep watching until the end. Oh, and quickly before we start, I post 3 videos weekly. So subscribe and hit that bell to become a code head and get notified as soon as I drop. All right, let's go. First thing, build something completely pointless. For me, it was a script that responds to everything I typed with skill issue. You can make a button that plays a fart sound, and if you're wondering, yes, my mental age is 5. The goal isn't to produce anything useful. The goal is to remember that coding doesn't have to be serious. There's real psychology behind this. A researcher, whose full name I'm not even going to try to pronounce,
Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi
spent years studying flow state, that locked-in mode where time disappears. The thing that kills flow almost every time is pressure. Things like high stakes and big deliverables. Strip all of that away, and your brain stops treating it like work. If you can't even open an editor yet, do this first. Watch someone else code. Not a tutorial, not a course, just find a developer on YouTube building something and observe. Don't take notes. Don't follow along, just watch. Your brain has mirrored neurons that fire when you watch someone perform a task, almost like you're doing it yourself. Passive exposure to coding is still exposure, and it reactivates the part of you that wants to participate. Where you code also matters more than people think. If you always work at the same desk, and that desk has seen a lot of stuck moments and late nights when nothing clicked, your brain has filed that location under stressful. You sit down and something in you already knows what's coming. There's a concept called context-dependent memory. Your environment is part of your mental state. So move, go to a cafe, sit in your car, or do what I do and just go code on the kitchen counter. When you sit down but still have nothing to make, read code you didn't write. Open GitHub and browse something you actually use. Read it like you're eavesdropping on a conversation. You don't have to understand all of it. God knows I never do. What usually happens is you hit a line and your brain goes, wait, how did they do that? That question right there is the urge waking up. Curiosity is almost always what starts it. Not discipline, not a schedule, just a question you can't stop thinking about. Here's where most people trip up. The goal is too big. I'll build a full app and implement payment this weekend. And then nothing happens because the dApp is too wide to step across. Shrink the goal until it feels embarrassing. Not build a feature, but write one function. Not write a function, but open the editor. There's a technique in cognitive behavioral therapy called behavioral activation. The idea is that action doesn't follow motivation, it creates it. You don't wait until you feel like starting. You do something so small it barely counts, and the feeling follows. Next up is obsession. Whatever you're obsessed with outside of coding, drag it in. You follow football, build a stats tracker. You're into anime? Make a waifu randomizer. Into food, like I am, make a meal planner. When the subject genuinely excites you, coding stops being the obstacle and becomes the tool for something you already care about. If you're still stuck, here's something that sounds wrong but isn't. Talk about code without writing any. Post an opinion online. Explain a concept to someone who doesn't code. Answer a question on a forum. What you're doing is keeping yourself inside the world of coding without requiring output. And something odd happens when you do this. You start wanting to prove your point by actually building something. Talking about it pulls you back into the identity of being someone who codes. Last one. Notice what's been annoying you this week. Is there something you do manually that should be automatic? A task you repeat every day? A tool that almost does what you need but not quite? The best projects people actually finish start with real frustration, not inspiration. When something genuinely bothers you, you have a reason to build, and a real reason beats manufactured motivation every time. And listen, the urge to code isn't something that shows up on its own. You create the conditions for it. And once those conditions are met, you can start building because you want to, not because you need to. And speaking of building, if you're a developer building an app that needs chat, video, audio, or activity feeds, then I need to tell you about Stream, the sponsor of today's video. Stream's APIs and SDKs let you ship those features in days instead of months. We're talking production-ready, scalable infrastructure that powers over 1 billion end users across multiple leading apps in the industry. Whether you need WhatsApp-style messaging, Zoom-style video calls, or an Instagram-style feed, Stream has pre-built UI components and flexible SDKs for React, Swift, Android, Flutter, and more. Plus, their AI moderation keeps your platform safe without you having to build that pipeline yourself. And with sub 100 millisecond latency across a global edge network, Stream can support up to 1 billion plus end users with reliable uptime and blazing speed. So your users get a snappy experience no matter where they are. So what are you waiting for? Start using Stream for free at getstream.io.